Right, talking about time frames, and I'm going to show you how I trade using different time frames, from the smaller time frames to the very large time frames, and what each time frame does for me. So first of all, we're on the 1 minute time frame, and what this means simply is that each candle represents 1 minute. So that gives you the more detail of the movement of the price. All right, so if each candle represents 1 minute, that means that in 5 minutes or so this movement happened. Okay, so it's giving you a clearer, more detailed picture of the movement of the price, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend or whatever. It doesn't just give you that lump of candles. It breaks it down to 1 minute movements. All right, so now what I do basically is, before I enter a trade, I like to see what is going on in the short term. What's the 1 minute and 5 minute time frame telling me? All right, now it depends on, first of all, the kind of trade I'm entering into. How long do I intend to stay in this trade? Maybe I'm doing a futures trade and I just intend to spend maybe 1 or 2 hours. Then I'm going to find the 1 minute and 5 minute time frames very useful for me, because I want to know in the short term, what is that project trying to do? How is it trying to move? For instance, we can see here that there's been a small correction, and then it seems like price is beginning to break out to the upside, or maybe it's just going to touch that 120 resistance and come back down and continue. So that is what this has told me. And also I'm looking at the volume. All right, what is the volume saying? Is more trade coming into this particular project in this very few minutes? Looking at the 1 minute time frame, I'm looking at the RSI also, the RSI 5 and the RSI 14, and I'm checking, okay, what is going on? What is happening? How do we look at this? Is the coin being overbought or oversold, or is it somewhere in the middle? I'm taking note of all that. How far are the DIF and the DEM of the MACDs apart? How far apart are they? Is a convergence going to happen, or is the divergence just starting? So you're checking all those things, and then I go to the 5 minute time frame. Now there's less detail, but you can see a big picture. You know, there's a saying, like I always say, when in doubt, zoom out. So you always have to zoom out to larger time frames, maybe the 1 hour time frame like we have here. So what is happening in the 1 hour time frame? What are traders thinking? What are traders, long-term day traders, what are they thinking, and how is this price reflecting what most traders have in mind? That's what I look at. And then if I intend to hold that trade, or if I see that there's a possibility of that trade being held for a long time, maybe a couple of days, 1-2 days, then I'm going to go to the 4 hour time frame and look at the macro movements of that particular project. What exactly is happening here? And then I can even go to the daily time frame to look for more details, look for resistances, supports, and stuff like that. Where do I intend to exit the trade, and where's a good point to enter the trade? Looking at the support and all that. So that's how we go from time frame to time frame, looking for different signals, looking for different pointers that will help us take the best decision for our trading. Okay, so it's important to have all these time frames here. And you can even go to longer time frame, say a monthly time frame, okay, to look at the a very wide range of movements of that particular price. Maybe you're trying to consider how successful it could be in the nearest future based on its performance in the last couple of months. So just pay attention to all these things, and before you enter a trade, check all your time frames and know exactly what length or what duration, how long that trade is going to last. All right, hope that helps. Remember to like and follow.